Om Shanti. Practice of bodiless stage. Sakaash. In the final moments, the five elements of nature will try to shake you a great deal. However, you souls who practice the bodiless stage will pass with honors by being unshakable and immovable. All the situations will then pass, and you will give the proof of your passing with honors, the same as Father Brahma. To achieve this, make time to serve the five elements of nature and continue to give the Sakaash of good wishes. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Avyakt Parivar. Today's day 24. Increase the practice of the bodiless stage. Ashri and Videhi. Today's topic Sakaash. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti, everyone. It's so interesting when you think of Sakaash as the rays of love, of peace, of joy. It's all the rays, right? Can you limit the rays, right? When I think of sunlight, right? Yeah, you can draw curtains and block it, but sun, it spreads all over. But sometimes Baba says that even in path of bhakti, there are devotees of Radha and devotees of Krishna or devotees of Rama. So they, when they lit the incense stick, agarbatti, then they say that the smell of this one shouldn't go to Krishna. But smell spreads, right? Fragrance is something you cannot block, right? So I feel that it's just we are limiting my and I. It is, of course, your responsibility to take care of the students at your place, but not kind of restrictions, control, all are mine, all are Baba's. So this feeling of it's my unlimited family, right? I should be happy, I'm my unlimited family. When I see in USA so many open centers, Gita Parshala, all are mine. They are my family. So I think this feeling of belonging, they belong to me and I belong to them. So I also find lot of love from everyone, from everywhere. So if our feelings are like that, then their feeling also be for me. So I think that we have to enjoy unlimitedness now. Go beyond, and trust is important. And if I trust, they will trust me. If I love, I will receive love. So I think we have to be in unlimited. It's very interesting. You know, the Rabbi always used to say we created these centers, zones, just for administration purposes, not their territories. They are not like I, mine, this is mine, this is, yeah, for the sake of how to manage Then we have created these different regions or zones, but then they become kind of territory, right? But I feel if I have anyone, a brother or sister, who is expert in something, I like that expertise to be used in unlimited way. But there are some, they might say, oh no, nobody should know about him. No, he shouldn't go anywhere. They won't allow. So that kind of control is limited to keep someone in limit. Let everyone be in unlimited. Let me also be in unlimited. And then what is there to just keep serving few souls, right? If through my thoughts I can serve whole world, why not? So it's really, really internally just motivate yourself and allow yourself to be giving Sakaash to unlimited world transformation. Because if we have to become world masters, right? My Baba is world master. As Baba said that Almighty through you. So that whether it is seva, whether it is belonging, sharing with each other, all has to be unlimited. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Vikti Parivar. Om Shanti Sister Gayatri. So nice seeing you here today.
Shanti Adi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm so excited to start this chit chat today with you.
Yes, it feels a little bit like we're in that car again, driving to Peace Village and we're chatting, right?
Yeah, you're really a wonderful soul to chit chat with. I would encourage everyone in a Vikti Parivar to come to Peace Village, come to Manhattan, to come to Queens, and personally talk with Sister Gayatri because there's so many things you can learn from her. From management, time management, to how to give love, how to organize, so many things.
And I learned a lot from you too, Adi.
All right, so now let's learn from Didi's class today, right? I liked how in the Avyakt signal, it was something about Brahma Baba passing with honors. How did you see a difference between passing and passing with honors because of your experiences with Dadis, with Baba?
I see passing as making my own efforts on my own terms with my own convenience at my own pace. So I'll pass. But passing with honors is to follow in the footsteps of Father Brahma. Now I'm raising the bar of not just passing, but passing by understanding a method that Brahma Baba understood and our ancestor souls understood, that Shiv Baba was explaining to them, and they got it. They knew that it wasn't just about their efforts, but the quality of their efforts had to match the quality of Brahma Baba's efforts. And Brahma Baba's quality of efforts needed to be synchronized with what Shiv Baba was telling him. And so I think if we want to pass with honors, we have to raise the bar of our efforts and take it out of the limitations of our own convenience, our own capacity, our own way of doing things, and really understand the way Brahma Baba and the ancestor souls, particularly the Dadis, made those efforts. Then I'll pass with honors.
Yeah, doesn't sound challenging when you have all the dadis, you have Didis, you have great souls, our teachers, like you, Sister Gayatri. It doesn't seem hard when you just hear about it, but when you try and do it, it's really different, right?
Well, it's like when you're going to school, Adi, and you're given a syllabus, and you're told that this is the syllabus I have to study. What do? You just don't study the syllabus, but you also look for mentors. You look for people who excel in that field. You look for inspirations from individuals who may have passed to see how they understood that syllabus and how they made it easy for you to understand it. And so I think it's the same thing on the path of knowledge, in that here is Brahma Baba, he pioneered the path. He went through all the trials and tribulations and made it easy for us. So this is why we cannot study in isolation of what others have done. When we're studying, we also have to look for inspiration from those who have been there, done that, and mastered the path that we are now embarking on. And that is what makes it easy for us, because we know someone else did it, someone else mastered it, someone else has left a trail that I can follow. And it makes it easy. It's not difficult.
Yeah, right. So if I can look at you, I can look at Didi, I can look at Dadi. There's so many people that I can speak to, so many sisters, brothers. It's just relieving and calming.
That's right.
Today, signal. Yeah, go on.
No, I was just saying, and that's why we're here. I mean, we were, the daddies were there for us to call on. Baba was there for them to call on. Didis are there for us to call on. We are here for you to call on. But you're lucky. You could also call directly on Didi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, on the topic of today's Avyakt signal, Sakaash, Baba talked about, I didn't expect for Baba to talk about the five elements on the topic of Sakaash, but how do you give Sakaash to the five elements to nature in natural disasters like tornadoes, hurricane, just recently Hurricane Milton, and you've seen bigger events like Katrina in Louisiana? How do you give Sakaash to the nature during those events and after the aftermath?
Well, to give Sakaash, first of all, I cannot give Sakaash on my own. That is not Sakaash. I can give Atma Deep, as Baba was talking today's Murli, the light of the soul. I can give whatever is my capacity to give from the light of my soul, whatever I have accumulated. That's the capacity that I can give or serve from. But Sakaash is a little bit different. Sakaash is when I'm connecting to Baba, and Baba is using me, the soul, and he's making me the instrument for the light of his soul to shine through the light of I, the soul. So it's a little bit like a double light. It's me, the tiny light, and it's God, the huge light, or me, the candle, and God, the sun. Because what is the capacity of a candle in front of the sun? It's very little. But with the sun's light, that candle then absorbs the light of the sun and then becomes like the sun to give the light. So Sakaash is a little bit like that. Baba, I can connect to Baba, and Baba can use me as an instrument to serve. Now, I have to keep doing that. This is what the Ashariri and Videhi practice is all about. That the more I'm doing that, it's the more I am serving souls. Baba's using me as an instrument to serve souls, and also through my attitude and mind to serve the atmosphere. And the atmosphere is part of Mother Nature, is part of the five elements, right? The atmosphere, and that it's the elements. So with that practice, consistently doing it, as he was saying, endlessly, nonstop, just trying to do it over and over again, I am in a subtle way creating a very deep relationship with nature. And so nature and the soul, the human being, the soul in the body, is creating that beautiful rhythm, that harmonious, subtle relationship. And so when a natural calamity hits, I can't give Sakaash at that time because I don't have the practice of it over a period of time. I don't relate to nature as another living being. Of course, nature doesn't have a soul, but it's a living system. Our bodies are taken from nature. Nature gives us these bodies on loan. So our bodies connect us to nature as a living system. So the respect and the regard and the understanding of the wider environment, the wider nature, is required when I am practicing Sakaash before the natural calamities occur. So when the natural calamities occur, Baba just uses me, because I've been practicing it over a long period of time, to really intensely serve the elements, because I know how to do that. I already established a relationship with the 5 elements. My body is like in tune with what it will go back to. So I'm using the body to serve nature and the 5 elements. So I see it more like that, and that's how I do it. And so whenever you go for a walk, for instance, are you walking, taking from nature? Or are you also giving to nature? Are you, and of course, we can only be bestowers to give when we're connecting to Baba. Otherwise, the ego of the I would say, oh, I am serving nature. But nature wouldn't respond to me serving it because I'm impure. I mean, I'm not totally pure. But I can connect to Baba, and nature will receive from God in a much more powerful way than it would just receive from me. And that's the way Sakaash from Baba, through the soul, serves nature. And that's how I see it.
Yeah, that's so interesting how 2 different topics, being bodiless and being away from everything from the body, and how body and the nature are connected. It's so different, but they're also so intertwined and connected with each other.
That's right.
So, on the topic of being bodiless, there's Baba always says to become bodiless in a snap, in a second. Well, we all can experience bodilessness, but what's the difference between bodilessness over meditation or over in 1 second?
Okay, when you are bodiless in a second, you're with Baba in the home. Okay, that's what it is. When you are bodiless in meditation, body to serve, for instance, you're a karma yogi. Karma yogi means you're bodiless, but you're still in the body. But that stage that he's saying, to be bodiless in a second, it means he's saying practice it throughout the day periodically. Can you withdraw from everything that you're connected to, from the body, the organs of the body, the senses of the body, the vibrations of the body, the cells of the body, everything to do with the body, all the bodily relations, everything that is distracting the body in terms of the acquired sanskaras that we did through actions? Can you just in 1 second just be merged with Baba in the incorporeal world? Can you do it? Can you do it right now, Adi?
Well, right now,
Well, yeah, right now, 1 second. Try it and see if you could do it. You can.
everyone
But
can.
everyone, that's his point. But can we hold it for more than a second? That's the problem, because after that second, we will start be pulling back by the distractions. So the more I try to do that, like what we just did, it's the more powerful that second will become. And the easier it will be to withdraw from everything in that second. It's as though drop everything and just remember me and no one else and nothing else. And that's what he wants. And we forget to do it, and we find it difficult to do. But it's not really difficult. We can do it, but it needs practice. And that's the difference.
Yeah. Practice makes progress and progress makes perfect. That's the saying.
That's right.
So today, Bob, that always, no, not always, but Baba talked about how we are idols, and in the future, or if people see us, they'll see us in visions because of our non-living idols and throughout the cycle when they worship us. Since your name is Sister Gayatri, how do you look at yourself as, let's say, as worthy of worship form, or how do you practice that? Because like I don't have a background of worship. I don't have a background of doing prayers. How do you look at yourself and become a benefactor in that form?
Well, the way I do it, when Baba says you're worthy of worship form, he means a bestower. Because everyone in their worthy of worship form is bestowing something, is not taking anything. So when I'm in that form, I see myself as giving and take, not take. You have to take as well, but you're taking from Baba. And so the one I like to play with for my worthy of worship form is the Gayatri mantra. Now, millions of people, not just Hindus, but a lot of people around the world chant that Gayatri mantra. And for me, what they're looking for is peace and happiness and that enlightenment of the intellect, that divine insight of the intellect that they can only receive from Baba. So in my worthy of worship form, I just go and I sit with Baba in the subtle regions, and I remember Baba as the bestower of peace, of happiness, of the gift of the divine intellect. And then I say, Baba, look, there are millions of souls chanting this Gayatri mantra. I will stay here with you, and I will observe how you fulfill all these people's desires in you. And because I sit close to you, watching you do that, I can also learn how to do it for these people. And that's my worthy of worship form and the way I serve through that.
Yeah, that's really interesting because you don't have to be, oh, I am Gayatri, oh, I am Lord Vishnu. You don't have to be that. All you have to do is become a bestower. It's just a certain way of saying it that makes you think, oh, am I like this? Am I like that? But no, it's just another way of saying that you are a bestower and you take power from Baba and just redistribute it.
Yeah, but Baba had once told me, Avyakt Bapdada had once told me that the Gayatri mantra, they go directly to God for the fulfillment from that mantra. They don't go to the goddess Gayatri for the fulfillment. They go directly to God for the fulfillment. And I love that very much.
Yeah, that's so interesting. So, like how we give thanks to Baba, how we give thanks to Daddies, since Thanksgiving is just around the corner, what do you think that we should be thankful to other than Baba? How should we be thankful to the people who aren't in the unlimited, like in Baba's family? How do we give thanks to those who run our electric grid, those who help us stay in our houses? How do we give Sakaash to them without saying that, oh, he's my electrician? How do I look at him as a soul and give Sakaash to him?
But one of the things you can do for Thanksgiving or leading up to Thanksgiving, which is coming up shortly, is every day write 5 points of gratitude or thank 5 people every day from now to Thursday, and you could continue it. So the first person you thank is Baba. Every day have something to thank him for. The second is your favorite ancestor soul, and you may choose a different one every day. What did Daddy Janki leave behind that when I think of her, I say, thank you, Daddy, for doing that. So think of one of the ancestor souls and thank them for something they have done. And then you can thank Didi because you're close to Didi. See Didi as your ancestor soul. What would you thank her for? So that's the second one. The third is thank your parents for what they have done for you. And then the other two is thank someone who you've taken for granted, like the garbage collector. They come twice a week and collect our garbage. Do we ever thank them? Thank
No.
people in the medical field that are caring for so many people. Thank them. So you choose something in the community, that's working so hard and they're so not seen by us. Look for something like that and thank them. And then the fifth is to thank Mother Nature. Thank the elements for keeping, to continuously, endlessly serving us. So if you look at these 5 categories and find a reason to thank them every day, I think that is giving Sakaash. Because you're bringing them on the Baba's canopy as well when you're thanking them, because you're not just thanking them physically, but you're thanking them as a bestower of the virtues that Baba talked about today. And so, but to write it, and it will be a very, very powerful thing to do for Thanksgiving.
All right. And I will definitely do that. I'll get my notebook right now, and right now I'll write 5. And thank you for your time today. I hope you have a great evening. And thank you, Avyakt Parivar. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Adi, and thank you very much. You were wonderful.